What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's Cheryl, also known as She Knows. I am a former bodybuilder and a two-time stroke survivor turned thriver. I'm here helping different individuals, different stroke survivors become thrivers by reclaiming their strength, their independence, their confidence, and their resilience by one movement at a time. So by me being a former bodybuilder, I've just applied all of my knowledge and all of my experience with that into my stroke rehab. And what I'm doing is I'm sharing my journey with you, but this is my journey, but I want to share with you because I may be the person, or the video that I make may be the one that you've been praying for. Okay, but wait a minute before I get started on this. What's good, everybody? I want you to do me a favor here. If you're new here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment on the video because it helps pushes the videos out to the algorithm of YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, and when you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload a video every day. What I'm doing now is I'm doing a 30-day discipline challenge for myself, and that's to post a video every day for the next 30 days. So far I've been going good for the past, I believe it's been about 2 weeks now. And I have different playlists that you can look at. So the playlist for me, for the one I want you to really go in and look at, I have a few of them, but I still have my old videos from when I was bodybuilding in terms of working out in the gym. But I also have my new videos, and that playlist, one of the playlists is called My Life as a Former Bodybuilder and a Two-Time Stroke Survivor. That's a playlist. So make sure you kind of turn the notifications on for that playlist. I also have a playlist called Stroke Exercises or Stroke Rehab Exercises. That's a playlist. And there's some other things I have on here too as well, like my podcast on there. The podcast is simply me interviewing other stroke survivors and having them share their stories, their challenges, their successes, and showing how they've been able to navigate through this system here. Also, let me share with y'all the reason why I really do make these videos. Number one is I am hoping that I do reach the masses and making sure that you guys know what to do, what not to do to help prevent strokes in the future. Because as you know, I was one of the healthiest people, but I allowed life to get in the way. So life, I wouldn't say get in the way. It had to happen. Things had to happen. I always say things don't happen to you, for you. They don't happen to you, they happen for you, excuse me. They don't happen to you, they happen for you. So what I've done as a stroke thriver, I've took the time to just sit back and say, really soak this on in and reflect. How, since this has definitely changed my life and changed my family's life, meaning me and my two daughters, what is the lesson out of this? What is the lesson out of this? So what I do is I tap in and I type into my higher power and I talk to the Most High and I say, you know what? Reveal to me what it is that I need to see in this experience, because this is definitely experience, y'all. I went from leg pressing 630 pounds to for 10 to 12 reps to not being able to walk and not being able to wipe my ass. So this has definitely been an experience, because it's like you're a child all over again. You have to be waited on, serviced on, cooked for. I had to be bathed. I had to be showered. You know, I'm definitely have improved since last year. I had what is called multiple mini strokes on the right hemisphere of my brain, and that caused my left side to become flaccid. So my entire left side flaccid means it's immobile, it's weak. I have weak ankles, a drop foot, and in the midst of all of this, 9 months or 6 months after the stroke, I developed what is called a frozen shoulder. So you know what I did? I went to go see an orthopedic, and they diagnosed me with frozen shoulder, and I had to do the occupational therapy work for that, along with the physical therapy. for my leg and all of that. So I'm still doing that. Although my OT sessions have ended, I do my own thing. I do my own thing now because insurance only covers so much and everything else has to be paid out of pocket. But what I do, I just take my knowledge that I know and apply it to my life current situation right now. And that's from physical fitness, occupational therapy, and also brain activity. And just so that you know, individuals, not everybody is diagnosed with this, but I know I was. Individuals that have a stroke have trauma in the brain. They have trauma in the brain, and that affects every part of your body. And mainly mine was my arm, my leg, my ankle, and my foot, and in my brain, obviously. Thank goodness my heart wasn't impacted because individuals that have a stroke, their hearts are impacted. It's called AFib. You don't want to get diagnosed with AFib. I got all the scans and did all the tests on that. I didn't have AFib. But in the beginning, I was actually taking about 10 medications in the morning, just in the morning. Well, I say 8 in the morning and 2 at night. So I'm now down to 3 medications from 7 to 3. I took myself off of one of them. And I tell you why, because I was on 2 different high blood pressure medications, one in the morning and then one at night. But here's the thing, the one that I take at night is slow acting. So if I take it at night, it's essentially a day ahead of everything. I take it at night, I get up in the morning, I eat my breakfast, and and I day trade. So I get in the morning, I get up, I day trade, eat my breakfast, and I take my I take my blood pressure, and I take what is called my cholesterol pill. And I used to take another high blood pressure pill. I took myself off that because when I take my blood pressure in the morning, it wasn't high. That's because the medicine, that the high blood pressure pill that I took the night before, was still acting. It's slow acting, but it was acting. I said, I'm not going to be on all these medications because I know that there are natural and holistic ways I can do this. The main thing is you want to make sure that you're out of the danger zone, meaning you don't want to put yourself in a position to have another stroke. So I took the medication, I did, but I also know my own body. Now I know it with this medication. I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. One medication they told me I had to be on for the rest of my life. I'm not accepting that, but I'm going to do what I need to do for the time being so that I won't have any mishaps or any dangers or any more blood clots or any more strokes. So if you're listening to this and you're a stroke driver, make sure you follow your your PCP, primary care provider. Follow your occupational therapist, your internal medicine therapist or doctor, and your physical therapist. What I'm doing is sharing my story, but there are a lot of ways that you can do things holistically that can heal you, but you got to be careful because all the things that I did, which was eating leafy greens and eating certain foods, I can't eat them now because I'm on a certain medication called warfarin. Warfarin helps with the blood clots. So on warfarin, you can't have a lot of vitamin K. Now you can eat it, you just have to eat it sparingly. So for example, if I eat a cup of spinach this week, then I can't eat it. I can't eat it every day. There are certain things with vitamin K that I can't eat, like avocado, spinach. I think mangoes is on that, but I still do eat fruit. But I have to be very careful because it's a contraindication with the medicine warfarin that I take. That's the medicine they said I had to be on for the rest of my life. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one medicine at a time and doing what I need to do to fix that holistically. Also working with myself mentally because having a stroke, y'all, listen to me. Having a stroke takes a mental toll on you. When I had the stroke, I had it back in April of 2024. 3 days later, I had another stroke. Okay, and they had to keep me in the stroke rehab hospital for 30 days because that time frame is extremely crucial. You want to make sure you're doing what you need to do. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn, but make sure you do what you need to do and do your own research, see what works of you, and communicate with your PCP. They're not going to tell you, because I asked a few times, but they're not going to tell you, oh, yeah, go ahead and do holistically. One of the things that my internal medicine doctor told me when I was there in rehab, and it blew my wig back, he said when I was on my way out, no holistic stuff, because he know a lot of holistic stuff consists of leafy greens, has a lot of vitamin K in it. When he said that, I raised an eyebrow. I said, what do you mean, no holistic stuff? All this stuff interferes with the medicine that they give you. And doctors are not here to get you well. Doctors are not here to get you well. Doctors are here to medicate and operate. But in that beginning stage, you make sure you do what you need to do to stabilize yourself. But I also want you to do your own research for your own body. Don't go off doing some stuff that you're a diabetic and that you need to take your insulin. And because if you don't, you will clock out. Don't make decisions like that. Just make sure you get with some professionals, not no bootleg doctor, not no witch doctor. Make sure you get with a real holistic doctor. And I'm considering, because I've been following 2 people, I'm considering looking into Dr. Yaki Awakening. So I'm considering that because I want to get off my cholesterol pill. I'm on 3 meds, cholesterol, warfarin, and high blood pressure. That's what now I take. I went from 10 medications. They had me on prednisone. I was on steroid pills, and it blew me up. But because I couldn't work out like I used to, taking steroids don't help you if you're not moving or if you're not eating properly. So I had to change up everything the way I ate. I had to have my daughter cook for me, and my daughter combs my hair for me, one of my daughters. And my other daughter takes care of all of my financials and all of my medical things, make sure my medical insurance is on point. So it changes everybody's lives. And what contributed to this was I lost my mom back in November of 2022. It still seems like yesterday. It still seems recent. So I lost my mom November 2022. Then I lost my dad New Year's Eve. What's crazy is that both of these holidays are the holidays that they enjoyed the most. My mother died 2 days after Thanksgiving. That's her favorite holiday. My dad passed on New Year's Eve. He used to party all the time. So that was my stepdad. That was my sister's dad. So they passed away. And in the midst of passing away, I had to deal with family issues that I'm not going to go into detail about it. But I will tell you, it was enough to send me into having a stroke. Let's just put it that way. I'm very limited on how I continue to relive the trauma that transpired after my mom passed away. I was trying to save my mother's asset so that we would not lose my mother's asset between me and my mother's other daughter. So, like I said, I'm not going to get deep into that because that's real personal. Because if I get into that, that may trigger some things, and I don't want to give myself another stroke talking about it. So I'm going to leave that right there. So y'all have to really will yourself through. You have to really will yourself through this experience. I'm working on my speech because sometimes I will blink out and I will stutter. Sometimes I will stutter. And that's why I make these videos through YouTube so that I can practice with my speech. I've talked to several other stroke survivors, and I've seen other stroke survivors, and some people can't even talk. I mean, when I hear them talk, they talk like, and they was the way I don't talk like that, and I'm very blessed for that. So at one point in time, I fell into a heavy depressive state. I did. Because you're talking about an individual who was very active, very self-sufficient, did things on our own, meaning taking care of myself, taking care of my body, aesthetically, physically, and I shower my own self. I had to get used to somebody showering me. I had to get used to somebody combing my hair because I'm still not in a position to comb my hair just yet, but I'm working on it. That's why I make these videos of exercise videos of what I do, share my journey, share my story of what I do to rehab the areas that are flaccid. For example, my arm from the frozen shoulder and my arm to build strength, because you can't get range of motion, you can't get flexibility without any strength. So that's why I do these videos, to help you all do what you can do. And you can do what you can do. Like I said, I talked to other stroke survivors, and a couple of them look like they just had that stroke, and they've been 10, 15, 20 years, 4 years, 5 years post-stroke recovery. And I'm still just a babe in it, according to them. I'm still just a babe in it. So, because I'm only a year and a half in it. But at any rate, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm doing everything I can to get back on track, doing what I need to do, trying to do occupational therapy around the home, and making sure I do what I need to do to continue. And at the same time, financially take care of myself. That's another way. So there are ways that I help myself out, which is I'm a day trader. I haven't started making money in it yet, but I'm very successful in the challenges and the funded accounts that I get because I work through prop firms, so that helps with my brain. That's my brain activity, day trading. And also I play some games on my phone, and I also have some books and puzzles and things that I use to help the activity of my brain. Then I do the physical exercises to help the activity of my limbs. So never take for granted the activity of your limbs. I used to say that on my posts every day on social media, on Facebook. Never take for granted waking up in your right mind, and also having the activity of your limbs. That's what the old mothers of Zion used to say back in church. Don't take for granted being able to move your body, being able to reach, being able to hold a pot or a pan to cook, being able to bathe yourself, to shower yourself, comb your hair, brush your teeth, wash your face, walk up and down stairs. Y'all, don't take that for granted. I will say this, I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely blessed. Let me change that. I did get extremely depressive over a period of time, but then I look back and look over how far I've come. This time last year, baby, when I tell you, I couldn't walk. I had to be taken to the bathroom every night. My daughter came and stayed with me from Chicago. She stayed with me for the first 30 days. I came home from the stroke rehab hospital, and she had to get up, and she set her clock. She noticed the habit for me to get up and use the bathroom was around 2 a.m. So she got up at 2 a.m. like I was a baby. And she had to bring my walker to me so that first she had to bring my wheelchair to me. This is before I graduated to the walker. So every morning she would get up. She said, "Mommy, you got to use the bathroom?" I said, "No, I don't." She said, "Well, come on, let's try it anyway." And I did. I did have to use it. So imagine coming from that to being able to take care of my own self now. Not completely. I'm not there 100%, but I am there. I have improved significantly. So if you guys watch this video all the way through up to this point, I appreciate you. Make sure you watch all of it. Any videos that you watch of mine, go back and look at the other videos on the playlist. Please be sure to watch the videos all the way through, because that helps with my watch hours, and it also helps with the algorithms and YouTube, so that I can push these videos out to other stroke survivors and they can be inspired as well too. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment on the video, and if you're a stroke thriver, comment if you're a stroke thriver, if any of my videos have ever helped you any at all, and what would you like to see more of. So give it the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on the notification button so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. My consistency has been going great so far, and I would really like the participation and the support of you guys. to watch the videos. I'm really trying to build my YouTube channel, and I'm getting it up to a point to where I'm building up to my first 1,000. And then I can make videos of what you guys want to see. Whether you're a throat survivor or you've taken care of someone that's a throat survivor, I said throat, stroke survivor, or you know someone, maybe you can share hey, this girl, Cheryl, that I know, she used to be a bodybuilder and she had 2 strokes. Watch this video. Go subscribe to her channel. That would be a great help if you guys did that. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification button, and watch the videos all the way through. I appreciate y'all. See y'all in the next video. Thank you.